Hello Story Chasers, this is Amber and I'm coming to you today from Island Park, Idaho. I just got through the Grand Teton National Park and Yellowstone Park this last week, which you're going to see in an upcoming video here shortly. But today I'm going to talk to you about the 10 reasons why I live this minimalist lifestyle in the van that you see here behind me and why I love it so much. Now, this last week I did a video called The 10 Reasons I Hate Van Life, and if you haven't seen that already, go ahead and click this little card above here so you can watch that. But I'm going to balance it out today and tell you the reasons why I love it. So I'm going to give you a lot of information between last week's video on the 10 things I hate about van life and this week's about the 10 reasons I love van life. You'll be able to make a little bit of a more informed decision if you're deciding to go into any kind of RVing or van life yourself. So right now we are actually doing the scenic loop around Jenny Lake. We're going around on the north side because the scenic drive is just so amazing, as you can see. But this is right in front of the Grand Teton Mountains, and we're going to be coming up on Jenny Lake here in just a moment. I cannot wait. It's about 8:45 in the morning now. It's so serene and beautiful here. This is one of the reasons I love van life. I love van life because I get to go to places like this and experience such amazing beauty and peacefulness and tranquility. And as you guys know, if I have mountains, water, and sun, I am in heaven. And today is one of those days. So if you see a goofy grin on my face all day, this is why, because I love this place. It is so beautiful. All right, guys, let's pay attention to the road now. So guys, one of the other things that I love about van life is the freedom to do exactly what I'm doing right now. I have this beautiful scenery behind me. I'm still in Grand Teton National Park, and the freedom to be able to go and do this, to be able to move whenever I want to. If I don't like what I'm seeing that day, I can move. I can move anywhere that I want. And so because the van is so nimble, I can do that. It's an amazing experience, and I love the freedom that it actually gives me. And so today I'm actually here in Grand Teton National Park enjoying the beauty over here and headed to Yellowstone. But I just wanted to cut in really quick and tell you guys how much I love van life when I especially get to go to places like this, when I have the sun and the mountains and the water, which I have today. Holy cow. It is just amazing, guys. I hope at some point, no matter what you do, that you get to experience a similar life of freedom where you feel that absolute joy to go out and do exactly what you want and not live your life with regrets. Don't live your life thinking, God, I wish I had gone to Grand Teton National Park or Yellowstone or wherever it is that you want to go around the world. Get out there and do it. We have a beautiful life here on this earth. There's so many things here to see and do. And I know that even with all of the negative things that are happening in the world, you can create beauty and positivity in your life, especially when you can come out and do things like this. All right, so the number 3 reason why I love this minimalist van lifestyle is because of its nimbleness and its flexibility. So when I first started in RVing, I actually had purchased a Class C RV, and while I loved it and I loved the space inside, it was just a little bit too big for how I like to travel. So about 6 months into RVing, I decided I needed something a little smaller, this van behind me. And so I ended up buying this Heimer Active van. This van is about 19 feet 7 inches, and it can fit into most parking spaces, which I love. It's one of the reasons why I got it. I also don't have the height restrictions on it because it's only about 9.5 feet tall, where my Class C was much taller than that, which I think was right around 12 feet, maybe a little taller than that. So that's one of the reasons why I bought this. It is smaller inside, of course, hence the minimalist lifestyle, but I only travel with what I really need, and I have a few frills and stuff like that in there. I actually bought a bicycle to go on the back. So recently I've been thinking about a truck camper potentially, maybe sometime this next year.
There's some videos that I have out. If you want to click up here, you can see the playlist of all the truck camper research that I've been doing. And what I like about it is that it also has that nimbleness and flexibility of the van, although it's a bit taller, quite a bit taller actually than this, and it's a bigger rig, but it still is a truck with a camper on it. So I'm not sure which way I'm going to go yet. For now, I love my van. I love what I'm doing in this van and the fact that it gets me around to most places that I actually like to go to. The one thing that I really want to change about it right now is it's too low to the ground. So I'm looking at actually doing a lift kit that will actually help provide more nimbleness and flexibility to me, because sometimes I get out on these roads, there's dirt roads, it's national forest land, it's BLM land, and it's rutted out. And sometimes I hit my skid plate underneath. If you saw me when I was in Alaska this last year, I actually bottomed about 3 times. In a construction zone, no less. So I might get that lift kit put on pretty soon, but the fact that the van is nimble and flexible is one of the top reasons I actually decided to go into this lifestyle and be able to travel around the country and see more and more things without having the larger rigs that you have to worry about or pulling a trailer behind me, because it's just not as flexible. It's harder to park, it's harder to get in and out of specific areas, especially if you're on dirt roads. You just don't know if you can't turn around or not. It just really is comfortable to me, especially since I travel solo, and I don't want to get into a situation where I'm unsafe or I'm going to get stuck, and so this just really works for me. So it's something to consider when you're looking at this lifestyle, is what kind of a rig are you going to get? How flexible do you want to be? You could actually buy a Class A motorhome and pull a Jeep or something like that behind you. But again, you're not going to be able to get into some of those places that I've been able to go to, especially like when I was in Baja, Mexico this year. So the fourth reason I love this minimalist van lifestyle is the fact that I get to live outdoors a lot. And my outdoors is changing all the time. So wherever I go, of course it's going to change. I get to come out here and enjoy this beauty, like sitting outside and drinking coffee. It's been one of my favorite pastimes as a kid, is to go outside in the morning and have my breakfast and have a cup of coffee. And to this day, I still do it. I love it. It's so beautiful, and it changes all the time based on where I'm at. And so I love to come out to places like this where I can be at peace and have quiet as much as possible and be in nature. And by the way, there's bears out here, so if you guys see bear, just let me know, like wave or something. Just kidding. So being able to be outdoors and live this lifestyle creates so much happiness for me, which is my number 5 reason for loving this lifestyle, is the happiness that it creates in my life. I have never literally been happier than I am now. When I left that corporate job, it created more and more happiness for me because it gave me more freedom to go out and roam and explore and find out more about our history, which I love. There's so much history in our country, and with me being able to travel around and explore things, I'm able to learn more and more about our history and things that happened in various regions. And so just being out in nature and being free and being able to move around and have that nimbleness that I was talking to you about earlier, it just has created so much happiness for me. And I sometimes am just, on cloud 9. I feel like I can't believe this is my life, and I'm so glad that I get to live it. And it took me a while to get here. It was about 5 years of researching and planning and figuring things out before I actually started on this journey. But I will tell you, it is the sweetest life. And if you are thinking about it at all, I would highly research it and go look at other people who are in this lifestyle and make some decisions about what you can actually change in your life. And it's interesting, we actually don't need as much as we think we do. And because of that, if we can create happiness based on things that we're doing outdoors and creating these moments and stories in our life, you'll be surprised at how little you actually need to be happy. And I think getting rid of those things, for me, when I left my sticks and bricks and sold my home and everything that I had, that created so much happiness for me. It was like this weight was lifted off of my shoulders. I didn't have all this stuff around me. And so for me, this has just been the most amazing thing. And I have people all the time who ask me, when are you going to stop living this lifestyle? When are you going to, become stationary again or settle down. And, I literally have no idea. I love what I do. I don't see any end in sight right now. And I just am really, really happy. So the 7th reason I love this minimalist van lifestyle is that there's so much community out here. You never would have thought that when you first started. I had actually wondered when I started RVing, because I lived in this master plan community and I had neighbors and friends and things all around me, and I had built this beautiful life around the Seattle, Washington area. And people thought that this might be lonely. I thought it potentially could be lonely, but it is amazing when you get out on the road. One, like how many people will help you if you need help. And then 2, it's the Escapees and Escapers group. It's the same exact company and RVing group. I actually got started with the Escapers group about 9 months after I started RVing, and I met so many amazing people, and I feel like I have this family on the road. I see people all over the United States. We bump into each other. We actually do some location sharing too if we like camping with each other. And you'll meet those people on the road, the people that you really click with, and you can form these groups where you can actually travel around and camp with each other or do meetups. So I can guarantee you something that will happen to you when you're on the road is you're gonna need help, and you're probably gonna get sick at some point, and you're gonna need someone to help you, whether that be helping you with your RV or helping you because of your health. And I've had both of those situations happen to me, and my RVing friends have taken care of me and they've helped me along the way, and we just really pull our resources together. It is literally the best community I've ever had, even when I lived in these master plan communities. So if you're concerned that you're going to be alone on the road, don't be. There is a ton of people out here doing exactly what we're doing. You're gonna connect with someone, you're gonna find someone. If you want to camp with them, you can camp with them. If you want to travel with them, you can travel with them. And if you just want to be alone, you can do that too. It's really up to you. But trust me, there is a ton of community on the road. And that's one of the reasons I really, really love this lifestyle, because it has helped me as an introvert to come out of my shell a little bit as an extrovert and really connect with people and enjoy my fellow nomads. So the 8th reason that I love this minimalist van life lifestyle is that I can be a digital nomad anywhere I want, especially with the van. If I wanted to go overseas in this, I can. I can ship my van over there if I wanted, which is actually one of the reasons when I decided to purchase this van. I thought there would be a chance that I would go to Europe at some point and I could actually ship my van over there and have my home with me in Europe. So for now, I'm here in North America, and I've been able to travel to Canada, of course, everywhere around the United States, and Mexico. So I love that I can really take my job anywhere I want to. And if you're wondering what I do, I did quit my job, that 9-to-5 job that I was referencing earlier, over 2.5 years ago, and I started my own business. And part of that is, of course, this YouTube business. So if you're interested in starting your own YouTube business, make sure you click the link below. I do have a YouTube course that I'm putting out that teaches you how to operate a business that maybe you already own, or it will help mentor you into discovering a business that you might want to actually do on YouTube. So living this lifestyle actually allows me to create my own business and create this YouTube channel and build community with you guys, and also teach you guys how to do exactly what I'm doing. So I get to do this all over the world. Anywhere that my van can go, I can take my business. Oh, and as long as I have an internet connection. That's super important. So the number 9 reason I love this minimalist van life is that it's easy on your budget. It's a lot cheaper for me to live this lifestyle. It's a lot cheaper for a lot of people. So it really just depends on what your actual expenses are and what you can afford as far as an RV is concerned, that will determine if this lifestyle is a little bit cheaper for you. If you stay on dispersed camping and national forest land, which is typically free, you're going to save a lot of money, because really your only expense is going to be your RV, your gas, your insurance. Those are the things that are associated with the actual RV itself. You won't actually have to pay for campground fees potentially. So sometimes I actually do go and get a campground if I need to go ahead and fill up with water and go ahead and dump my sewer and my black tank. Sometimes I'm in remote areas where I can't find the free services like that, so I'll go get a campground and pay for it. But there's a ton of different types of associations and various types of RV clubs that you can get involved with that will help actually bring that cost down. So are you ready for the last and final number 10 reason why I love this minimalist van life lifestyle is because I never have to think about going on vacation anymore. Used to, when I worked in a job, I would always have to schedule vacation and figure out when I could go based on when my manager would let me and my employees and what's going on in the company. And now I don't have to do any of that. And it's not like I'm on an actual perpetual vacation. Some people think that. It's not true. I work a lot still because I have my own business. So like I've been sitting out here in National Forest land for 4 days now working. I've been able to do a little bit of walking, but I haven't really been exploring around here just yet. So there are times when I actually do that. So I work and then I play. I work, then I play. And so this last year, speaking about vacations, I said I'm never feeling like I'm on a perpetual vacation. But when I went to Baja, Mexico this last year, I did feel like I was on vacation. It was pretty cool. It was so amazing in Baja. I was actually camping on the beach side next to the ocean, walking in the sand, being in the ocean. We went to Portecitas and sat in the hot springs, and it was just a really, really incredible time. And I'm actually gonna go back there, I think, this winter if United States citizens are actually allowed in Mexico at that time. But my point is most of the time, I don't feel like I'm on a perpetual vacation, but because of the way that I live, I can like literally just work a little bit and then go hike or walk or ride my bike and feel like I'm getting re-energized like you would when you go on a vacation. So the great thing about being in this van life is that I don't have to think about going on vacation. I'm actually working in my RV a lot, and if I want to go out and walk or hike or ride my bike in this beautiful, beautiful outdoor area, I can do that. And so because of that, because I get this re-energizing, if you will, which is what a vacation is, you get re-energized by being outside and exploring and doing things that fill you up and make you happy. I do that on almost an everyday basis, being in this lifestyle, so I don't have to think about doing a vacation anymore. All right guys, so what did you think about my top 10 reasons why I love this minimalist van life? If you're ready to get started, whether it's RVing or being in a van, then make sure you click the link below. I have a free masterclass that you can check out that will show you kind of the ins and outs of transitioning into a nomad life. It will also help you put together a very systematic plan on how to move forward. So I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Click that notification bell to be notified every time I come out with a video, which is on Sundays and Thursdays right now. And if you like this video and you know anybody else who wants to RV or wants to buy a minimalist van, then share this video with them. All right guys, I will see you in the next video, which I believe is going to be the Grand Tetons. All right guys, see you later.